Okay, fine. So today we are going to start strategic management learning outcome number two, be able to create strategic options in an organization. And there is an is from my I can't turn on my camera because when I turn my camera on, there's a problem with my it makes it unstable. Okay, as far as the indicted content we are going to concern, we will be discussing the relationship between corporate business and operational strategy. What is the relationship between them? And then we are going to use various models and tools to develop strategic options for an organization. And the last thing is analyze and decide strategic and business strategic options, which is the main purpose of the strategic management to make the right decision for the whole organization. When we talk about the strategic management, so just bear in mind, you're not talking about the management on the middle level or the bottom level. Just simply, you are talking about the management of the whole organization or the bigger level or on the top level.
Yeah,
Okay. So there are the three level strategies in organization. Normally, there are the three layers: corporate level, business level, and then there is a functional or department level. When we talk about the corporate level, as I told you already, it is on the top level, higher management level, executive level. So you make a strategy on the top level. So basically, this one, it gives you the long for the whole department or specific action, and it decide the scope of the whole organization. Scope means what kind of the market you are going to getting in. Anyways, we will cover the scope in next slide. Okay, so normally some your organizations, they are the combination of the different business unit. As I gave the example of the Unilever last time, Unilever have a different business unit under the umbrella uh, of Unilever company. So Unilever is the main company, and the Unilever, there were different kind of this different business units like home care, beauty, and normal. I mean, what were those? Let me tell you. Okay, so they were like a home care units, beauty products units, and some edible item units. So every units, when there are the different kind of the unit working under the one umbrella, then the corporate strategy or corporate level strategy give the direction for the all units. Okay. Then the main thing also how you are going to allocate the resources between all those units, because every unit need people, money, physical resources, machinery. So you need to make a decision how you are going to make the allocating the resources between those units and how they are going to integrate or working with each other in the relationship between the units and the relation of these units with the corporate level, in the head of the organization, how they are going to work. Okay. So if we talk about the corporate level strategy, basically corporate level strategy is based on the mission and vision of the organization. So they are aligned and based on that one. And it is a higher level of planning. And this planning is very done in a very deep depth. Okay, because they are considering the every element of the organization. It is not just considering the one part of the organization. As I have already explained, this is designed by the top levels management, and it gives the overall direction or map, roadmap for the whole organization in which direction you are going to move, because you need to give a one direction to everyone. If everyone is, if there is no direction, no move, and map, then everybody move in their own direction, then you can't get the your desired results. So this is the reason we design the strategy on the corporate level, because we give the direction to the whole department there. So what is decided at the corporate level? You tell the whole organization or the rest of the part of the organization what direction they are going to follow. Okay, which markets the organization will operate in, how market will enter in, and the general activities of the organization, what kind of the product you will be introducing, which geographical markets you are going to enter. So such kind of the decisions are made at this level, as and obviously you are going to make a decision about the resources allocation also. Okay, sometimes it becomes easy for the newer organizations. to design the corporate strategy, because they are the new organization as compared the smaller also, and maybe they are introducing the some product and services. So they need to consider the fewer variable to consider. I mean, the competition point of view, they are just considering competition for one product. But if they're on the contrary side, if they read the bigger organization, they have a thousands of the product they are introducing, and they are working in the different department like a home care, like edible items. So then they have a different strategic business unit. Then they have to consider the different markets, different competition. So they have to consider different kind of the variables here. So this is the corporate level strategy. Business level strategy, the second layer of the strategy. They are primarily concerned with how business units should compete within its industry and what its strategic aim and objectives should be. If we can take the example of the Unilever again, so one is home care and other one is a beauty product. So these are the entirely two different units. So the home care will be considering the home care competition, and beauty product unit will be considering the beauty unit products. And they're all both of unit strategies could be different, as we have discussed the portal generic strategy in last session. So maybe one unit is using the differentiation strategy, and the other unit is using the cost efficient strategy. The unit see the different strategy based on which market they are competing in. Again, my internet connection is causing problem. Okay, so you need to consider which market you are competing and what kind of the strategy you are going to adopt there. Again, you need to consider what your link with the corporate center and between other unit. When we talk about the corporate center, it is the head of the department. It is the head of all the units. Again, maybe in the Unilever, they have a corporate office or head office. So all the unit have to comply with those head office also. Sometimes these head office restricts the decision of the business unit also. Maybe they are not giving them the enough resources, money to to execute the business plan of those specific unit. So sometimes these corporate center limit the execution of the business unit strategies also. Okay, but the same time all the business unit have to follow and comply with the corporate level strategy also, along with their own strategy. Now, when we talk about the business level strategy, okay, business level strategy again, it is the more specific than corporate level strategy. Okay, as I already explained, it is unique for to the different department or subdivision. I have given the example of the Unilever already, and yeah, so you need to what kind of the thing you are considering over here. Um, in this case, you need to on the business level, you need to define specific tactics and strategies for each market the organization is involved in. Unilever, for the health and for home care, you are going to design the different tactics and strategy according to that market. For food and refreshment, according to that market, you are designing the tactics and strategy according to that market. So you are going to define how each business unit will deliver the plan tactics. So you are going to make a little bit detailed planning how your each unit is going to deliver in that each market. Okay. So the next level is a functional level strategy. So functional level strategy, you can state a departmental level strategy. In every organization it is a combination of the different department, operations, marketing, finance, HR, production department. So the bottom level of strategy is that one of the individual function. Again, from the business unit level, I mean, after the business unit level, then in each business unit, you are going to have a different department. Then each department are going to have their own strategy for their own department. Okay. I will show the link. How does it work at the end? So when you're talking about these department level strategy, they are mainly concerned how each functions contribute to the business strategy. You have designed the business strategy, and for each business unit, you have a strategy. Now each function level, they are making the strategy in their own department, but they are helping to contribute to the overall or execute the overall strategy of the business level. So they want to achieve the strategic objective. Okay. So for that reason, what you are going to do, you are going to work on the resources, what kind of the resources we needed. You are going to make a day-to-day plan. When we talk about the strategic level or functional level strategy, this is basically day-to-day function or operations the company has to perform. When you are talking about the corporate level strategy and the business level strategy, these are the strategy on the paper. Okay, corporate level strategy is a comprehensive, a broader strategy. When we talk the business level strategy, it is a more specific strategy for that specific unit and in bit detail for that specific unit, for that specific market, for that specific product. Okay, but when it comes to this function level strategy, now it is a time you are practically implementing and executing that strategy. You are going to perform the day-to-day functions to execute that strategy and to achieve those objectives and aim of the organization. So these will keep functioning and moving in the correct direction. You are performing the day-to-day function, but you need to make sure you are moving in the correct direction. Correct direction means you are moving into the vision and mission direction, which our organization has decided. Sometimes what happens, you don't, some organization, they don't have a corporate strategy, so they can't develop the plan for how to engage in the day-to-day activity. Until unless you don't have a corporate strategy, you can't make a business level strategy or function level strategy. And sometimes you don't design the function level strategy, then you can't execute in a well way. So in function level strategy, you are corporate and business strategy, as I have already explained. Then you need to consider the relationship between units and departments and teams, how operation goals will be met and how they will be used. So see, I'm going to show over here. How does it work? All these strategy levels are depend on the previous strategic level. Okay, corporate level strategy. For if we are taking the example of the Virgin Group, they decide to expand into space tourism. That is a strategy made on the corporate level. So what are they going to do? What industries or market they are going to enter? Now, business level strategy, how they are going to support this action. So Virgin Atlantic aims to become the preferred airline for premium transatlantic travel. So now they want to be more specific. They want to be a premium choice for their not to compete in specific market. So they have decided they want to be a premium, like a high price in differentiation strategy they are going to use over there. So how to compete in that specific market. Function level strategy, now they are going to support this action of business level strategy. So the marketing team, now I told you that every department they are going to support to achieve this strategy, this business level strategy. So the marketing team launches a campaign highlighting luxury in-flight services because they are going to introduce the differentiation or high-priced airline. So they are going to focusing on the highlighting luxury in-flight services. So they are on this level, they are going to focus on how departments support business goal. In this one, high level decision, what industry or market to enter. This one, how to compete in this specific market, and then how departments support business goals. So as you keep going down, it is going to becoming more specific, more specific. But on this level, you are going to executing the practically that strategy. I hope it is clear now. Any questions? Okay. So the next is start coming from your strategy and from your competitive advantage. You start losing your competitive advantage slowly and subtly. You can't sometimes even realize. The reason is you are not doing maybe external environment analysis and you are not responding to the changes in their external environment. So what happens for no longer your strategy is relevant for your external environment? Maybe you haven't reviewed your strategy for a long time. You didn't conduct the external analysis for a long time. We have done this part in the last time. Now you can see the importance of the external analysis environment and the purpose of doing the external environment analysis. When we are not doing the external environment analysis, it means you are not aware of the external environment. You are not finding the need to review your business policies and strategy, and then you are not in a position to respond to the changes in the on time or in time. Then what happened? You stay behind in the market. If we can take the example of the Nokia, they didn't respond to the smartphone technology in time. There is the example of the Kodak and social media also. These companies, they didn't respond to the external environment. What happened? Either they are losing the market share, compromising on the profit, and in worst cases, you have to close down your businesses. There are some reasons why strategic drift happens. For the first and most important, you are not responding to the external environment. The reasons maybe you haven't done the external environment analysis and you haven't reviewed your policies and your strategies. Sometimes what happens, you think what worked in the past, or sometimes what is working in the past, it is not working now. Okay, so you need to reviewing your policy again in terms of the competitiveness. I'm talking about in terms of competitiveness. So you need to keep reviewing what thing was working before. Now it is not going to work now. Maybe in the past, the normal mobile phone were very in demand, but nowadays touch mobile, those mobiles are not in very high demand. Okay, in the past, online demand, people were finding it very difficult to train people or to train their customers to do online shopping. But because of COVID-19, but not by choice, by compulsion, we have to adapt this model, online model. But now what is happening? Only the physical businesses are no working alone now. You have to combine some element of the online businesses also. If you are just focusing on the in-person and physical business, maybe you are losing the market share because people are now preferring to do the online shopping. So whatever was working before, it is not working now. You need to consider that thing. What is working now, you need to embed now. Example of online shopping or virtual business experiences, you need to embed in your businesses now. Again, sometimes it is a delusion from the management and they think whatever is successful in the past, it will still continue and will be successful in the past. That is the negligence of the management, but they need to be vigilant of from their side. And sometimes there are the blind spot from the management. So they just keep denying there is not a problem, there is no problem. In fact, the problem is there, but they are not trying to accept that the problem is there. So what happens at the latest stage, that problem becomes very bigger. You are very late to respond to those changes. So in that response, this strategic drift happens. And what happens? You lose on your competitive advantage and you are just either you are losing the profit, market share, or in worse scenario cases, you have to close down your businesses. In businesses, when you are making the strategic business decision or you are going to adopt, there are many choices and you have to make the choose a one best choice. Cost and benefit analysis, very important exercise here. This is a kind of the strategic tool. When you are choosing the different options, it helps you to weighing those options of any project related to any decision in terms of cost and benefit. It helps you find out the best choice for your project, for your business decision. So in cost and benefit analysis, what do you do? So through this one, you estimate the strength and weaknesses of alternative used to determine option. For each option, you find the strength and weakness that option, or this one example to explain that one. So when we do the cost and benefit analysis, you will be doing the cost of benefit analysis for the course of action. Maybe your project is for 10 years. So you are going to calculate the cost of benefit for those 10 years. If 5 years, 2 years, so you need to do the cost and benefit analysis for that certain period. Normally, the result of the analysis, cost of benefit analysis are calculated in terms of payback period. For example, you are going to spend 50 million on new machinery in the organization. Okay, so you are going to calculate that within how many years I'm going to receive my 50 millions. So that is your payback period. That is your initial investment, which you invested. Then after how many period time I'm going to start getting the return in terms of revenue profit. So you doing the cost of benefit analysis. So maybe you can see the example over here in discount and in terms of the periods. Okay, but I will discuss the example. This is not the example. So yes, in the cost of benefit analysis, you will be doing that. There is not an example of the cost of benefit analysis. I think so. I was talking about the sensitivity analysis. Let me check if I can see something for you guys. I think I kept something for you guys here. Yeah. So yes, cost of benefit analysis. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. You are going to uh, find out the results of the cost of benefit analysis in terms of payback period. If you are going to invest money, so you need to see that within how many years or time period you are going to get your initial investment, and then after how many years you will start receiving that benefit. And then you need to consider in future maybe the money will also be valued. So maybe after 5 years time, what will be the money value is it won't be the same as it is today. So you need to,
Inflation.
yeah, it could be the inflation. Yeah. So, and there could be many other factor also, maybe wear and tear of the machinery also. So you need to consider what will be the future value of the money as compared to the today's value of the money. So you need to consider, is it a viable project for us or not based on these cost and benefits. If your cost is higher, definitely you will not go for that project. If the benefits are higher, then you will go for that. Again, in the benefit, maybe 4% discount, 6% discount, 8% discount. You need to check which one is giving you the higher profit. Again, a benefit side. So this is how you are going to make the decision which option is more viable for your business. Okay. Then sensitivity analysis also very important. When you are making the decision, it is very important you are consider the uncertainty in the future. If you are considering to take action, so related to those action, if there are any elements are associated with those action, what kind of the uncertainties can be happen, then you are taking the different scenario and you're discussing the different scenario and you keep asking if this thing happened, if that thing happened. So what will be the uncertain factor? Are we in a better condition, or these factor or uncertain factor, are we in a position to deal with those action or not? Let me give you the example of the sensitivity analysis. Just imagine that a business is projecting profit based on selling 10,000 unit of a product. They want to sell the 10,000 unit of any product, and they want to project the profit based. So discussing the different option, bringing sensitivity. So related to the sale, the first could be the price. If the price per unit increases by 10%, what happens to profit? If your price increases 10%, what will happen to your profit? Your profit will increase or decrease? Hello, guys.
If the cost is going to be increased, so the
Mhm.
profit normally is going to be decreased.
No, if the product price, if it was a £5 before, now it is a £10
It's increase.
increase. Yeah. But on the other side, if the cost increases by 15%, does the business still make a good money or not?
Uh,
If cost increases, we are making the clock, now the cost is
Same. It's
15%.
almost same.
No, it increase our profit. When cost increases, it decrease our profit margin. Okay.
Yep.
So this is how you are going to discuss the different option related to your decision. Is that clear? So if we can take the example, you are going to make the production in-house or you are going to do outsourcing it. So there is external purchase cost from the outside. If your external purchase cost £6 or $6, so you need to consider in future if goes to the $8, $10, how it gonna impact on your profit. Okay. So you are required to assess the sensitivity of the decision to the external purchase price in this case. Okay. So whatever decision you are taking, so you need to consider what could be the uncertain factor related to that decision, and based on the uncertain factor, you're going to discuss each uncertain factor by discussing what if questions. Okay. What if the price will increase 10%? Of course, we will increase our profit margin will increase. What if cost increase 15%? Definitely, it will decrease our profit margin. So you need to discuss that 50% cost if it is increasing, still it is suitable to do the production for that product or not. If not, then stop. If suitable, then go ahead with the option. We have already discussed 3-level strategy. Okay, already. Okay. So Mintzberg's 5P of strategy. Okay. Normally people think the planning is enough for the strategy making. No, this is not enough. If you guys can remember and recall the previous session, we discussed that we are going to do the external environment analysis. We are going to conduct internal environment analysis. We are going to consider the culture of the organization. We are going to consider the expectation of our stakeholder also. Why? Why is it important? The reason behind is this: when you consider the external environment analysis, it gives us the opportunity to know what kind of the opportunities and threats are available in the organization. When we are doing the internal environment analysis, help us to figure out the weaknesses and the strength our organization are, is possessing. And then your stakeholder expectations are also very important. Sometimes if you want to take a decision, your stakeholders can make it difficult to to execute that strategy or to happen that change. Same times, sometimes your culture and values doesn't match with those decisions also. So that's why we need to consider these environment also. This is the main point of the Mintzberg 5P of strategy. When we are considering these all elements, then you are making a very comprehensive strategy, which is considering all these elements, okay? And it is giving you the well-rounded strategy where you are utilizing your strength, you are exploiting the market opportunities, you are dealing with the market threats, you are trying to avoid your weaknesses or you are improving your weaknesses. Then it helps you. You are considering the competitors also, what your competitors are doing. So you are considering them. So then you are making that very nice strategy. So Mintverse is also emphasizing and putting a pressure on this point that when you are doing the making a strategy, don't focus only this side. Don't make just strategy, just don't make a plan. So he is saying you need to focus fly, pattern, position, and perspective also. What these 5 elements are, I will explain to you. Okay. Normally strategy is a plan. or plan is a strategy. So in this case, it is a step, you design set of steps made in advance to reach a goal. Someone's mic is open and there is a background noise. Ahmed, I think so your mic is on. Please put yourself on. Thank you. Okay. So normally people just focus on that one. They just focus on strategy or a plan where you are designing the different kind of the steps in advance, which you have to follow to reach to the final goal. As we discussed on the corporate level strategy, business level strategy, and the functional level strategy. So on all these steps, we are just talking about the plan. Okay, normally what happens? Example is a company plan to launch a new product in 6 months with the detailed timeline. Okay. The ploy is what is a ploy? This is a strategy. So this is also kind of a strategy as a ploy. It is just like a trick or clever move to beat a competitors. This is kind of the deceptive thing sometimes also, but it is a clever move, and sometimes it is a short-term tactics you are using or including in your business just to beat your competitor. For example, a business lowers prices for a short time just to scare away new competitors. New competitors are coming in the market. They are not very strong and very established. They are not in a position to offer the lower prices. So the people who are already in the business, they are a very well-established organization. So maybe they are in a position to lower their prices, and they just they can afford it. So you are using such kind of the tactics. Sometimes you are not launching any new product, but you just announce in the market, in the market that we are going to introduce our new new version of iPhone 5. Okay, so maybe you are scaring your competitors so they don't launch their product at this time, because you are when you are launching the two product at same time, maybe one company's product is not very much acceptable by the customer, or other companies product is more acceptable. If some you are launching Apple is launching, and then there is another mobile company is launching the product, the more favor will be given to the Apple phone launch. People will prefer to buy their phones. Okay, that is a ploy. So these are kind of the tricks or clever move. Either you are saying for the short term period, we are increasing, lowering our prices. What you're gonna do? You will attract all the customer. All the customer will start buying from you, not from the new competitors. When they are not buying from the new competitor, they are not gaining the business. Maybe they will close the business and they will go out of the industry. So, and then pattern. So you can use a pattern as a strategy. So as a pattern, what you will be doing, you are telling the consistent behavior over time of your company. So for example, a company focus every year. A classic example is for iPhone. iPhone delivers every year or every 1.5 year a high quality product. So that is their consistent behavior. They are not, sometimes they are introducing high quality or low quality, then high quality and low quality. No, they're saying we are going to introduce high quality product every year. Retailer normally they position themselves, they say we are offering the lowest prices. So that is their consistent behavior. Position, we can say strategy as a position mean is about how company places itself in the market. How do you want to people see your product, your market? How do you want your customer to see your company in the market? So what do you think? So Apple company, it is a high prestige company with the good quality, with the good brand or low brand. How do you see the Apple in the market?
It's a good brand.
Okay, it's a low price or high price, premium price.
Premium
It's a
price.
premium price.
So see, you guys see the iPhone as a premium price as compared to Nokia. How do you see Nokia as compared to Apple?
Uh,
There is no Nokia anymore.
I know, but if it exists,
Trash.
At the time,
Mhm.
this is one of the learned lessons. At the time, Nokia was the premium brand.
But I think so.
Yeah, but they didn't cope up with the strategy,
Exactly.
strategic management.
Exactly. You guys are getting the fine. I'm happy. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. This is how you see this is how company want to see their customer in the market. So this is a positioning. So whatever you are thinking about Apple, Apple wanted that customer see them as. So this is called the position. They position them as a high brand company. For example, another example, maybe there is a brand they chooses to and they choose is to be known for being eco-friendly, and they want to appeal to green conscious customer like a Greg's. They are introducing some kind of the food eco-friendly, and they are doing some kind of the raw material which is eco-friendly. Okay, so they are doing that. Another example, Tesla, they are positioned themselves as a premium electric car brand focused on innovation. So you can see Tesla is introducing high innovation and highly customized and premium electric cars. Perspective. When you your perspective as a strategy, you need to consider your perspective, what your perspective is. So, as a company, you need to understand what is your mindset, your company's mindset, and what is your culture. So, based on your culture and based on the mindset of the company, you need to design your strategy. For example, there is a company that believes in innovation above all everything. So their every design reflect that belief. Whatever the decision they are making, they are considering the innovation. New product, they are bringing. If they want to bring the new product, they want to bring entirely new product. If they want to make some changes in the product, so they want to introduce the new innovative feature in that way. So we can take the example of the Google. So their culture, organization culture is based on innovation. So that's why their working style, their management style, everything is related to the innovation. They are managing their employees in a way where they can foster, where they can support innovation. They are not very closely administer their employees. They are not controlling them very much. If you are controlling them very much, then it means you are controlling their innovation ability as well, their creativity, their idea generation, their capabilities. Because you are giving them freedom, flexibility, so that's why they can work on the innovation. So that's why we say you need to consider the culture of your organization when you are making the strategic decision or when you are designing any strategy. There are some example of these one you can read yourself. So I have one example, explain it. You can read in your free time. Then it will help you to make your concept further clearer. Okay. Again, as we discuss at strategic level, at the corporate level, you need to make a strategic decision. Which market you are going to move, which market you are going to excel. Okay, what product you are going to introduce. Okay, these decisions are made at strategic level. How you are going to make these decisions? So to make such kind of decision, again we have some kind of the models. Okay. So there is one of the model, I think so, ANSOS, yes. ANSOS strategic model. Okay. So this model is basically related to the growth opportunities. So in this case, a business can grow in terms of, in general, when we talk about the growth of the business, we can talk about that business is growing in terms of employee. If your number of employees increasing, it means your business is increasing. If your customers are increasing, it means you're selling more. Your business is increasing. That's why your customer are increasing. If your international coverage mean you are opening your store in different areas of the country, and profit, etc. But in general, if we talk about the growth, in most oftenly we consider growth in terms of revenue. So yeah, we are going to discuss ANSYS model in the next slide. So in this case, whenever you are moving from one quadrant to another quadrant, you need to consider your risk will also be increasing. The same time when you are deciding to move one quadrant to choose a different strategy, so definitely when you are doing a new thing definitely comes with the new risks also. You need to be very vigilant about these things also. Okay, if we talk about the ANSYS model, the market comes on the one side, forget this side. Either we are going to this side or this side. Okay. Okay. So this side we are going to focus. Existing market. So this side we are considering the market. So this side we are considering the product. So existing market and existing product. What is happening? You have an existing market, but you are going to sell them the existing product. Then it means you are using the market penetration strategy. Okay. If you are in existing market, but you are going to introduce a new product for the existing market, it means you are using the product development strategy. If there is a new market, an existing product, it means market development because you are going to moving in a new market. But there is a new product, a new market. This is called diversification. You are completely going in the new side. You are diversifying. So these are the four strategy. So you need to make a decision how we are going to. So these strategy helps you make a decision. What kind of the action we need to take. Either we need to go we are going to introduce existing product to the new existing market, new product to the existing product to the new product, or new product to the new market. So all the decisions are made at the strategic level or the corporate level. Market penetration, as I told you, you are going to offer existing product to the existing market. But for this thing, what you need to do, what kind of the tactics you can use? Either you are reducing the prices for the existing product, in this case, increase your profit. Either you are going to improve your distribution channel and network, which can help you to make the product available everywhere. And maybe you are introducing the new store in the different part of the country. And for that reason, you need good distribution channel, which can distribute the product there. You are investing more in marketing and increase existing product you're investing more in marketing. So you are just keep reminding the people our product exist. You remains in people brains. Okay. Then same time you need to increase the production capacity. Maybe cokes, you are maybe previously you have one factory, now you are installing another factory. For all these reasons, coke is a very good example. I think so from last 100 years they are performing, and it is very, I think it's a commendable performance. They are still alive in the market, one of the best choices in the beverages. So what they are using, they are investing a lot in the marketing, in the distribution channel, and maybe in their existing production capacity also to to attract their customer, to retain their customer, to yeah, and to sell their product to their existing market. So product development is product in existing market. Okay. In this case, what you do, either you are introducing completely new product, or either you are making some kind of the modification in existing product. Again, Apple is a classic example. I can't see that they are introducing entirely the new mobile with the complete new feature, but I think so they are doing some kind of the modification in their existing version. Every year they do some kind of modification, and they are bringing in the market, and they're selling in the existing market or to their existing customers. Okay, so that is a classic example for that thing. So there is another example, medicine side, Pfizer, Merck, Bears, They're heavily investing in the research and development, and they come up with the innovative drugs every year. Okay, so they try to introduce new drugs to the existing market with the same market. Market development, existing product in the new market, because you are going to explore the new market. There is a good example of the IKEA. IKEA expanding internationally by targeting the new geographic area, mainly China and Middle East side. Okay, so their aim is to become the biggest furniture retailer in the world. So they have that strategy. Diversification, little bit longer topic. Okay, new product in new market. You are going to enter in new. You are entering a new market with new products. So in this case, there could be the two things. Either you are entering new market with the new products. When you're entering the new market, the possibility is the new product is related to the previously existing product, or either the product you are going to introduce in the new market, it is not relating to your already existing products. Okay. So concentric horizontal or horizontal diversification. It is about you are entering a new market with a new product that is somehow related to a company's existing product or offering. So similar, little bit similar to your existing product company or product. We talk concentric diversification. Then there is another one, conglomerate diversification. In this case, you are entering in the new market. Your product is new, but it is not related to the company's existing product at all. So there is a great example of Samsung. They are dealing with the chemicals, insurances, and hotel chains. Okay. Then there is a vertical diversification. We call it backward or forward integration. So what happened in that case? In the supply chain. So supply chain mean you are taking the raw material, then you are processing the product, you are making the final product, and then you are sending your product for to the shops, to the retailer to sell your product. So vertical integration, maybe you have started producing your raw material yourself, okay? And the forward integration means before you were sending your product to the retailer, like your edible items are coming to the retailer, cokes and your biscuit and chocolates, they are coming to the retailers now. Or instead of sending to them, you have opened your own store, online store, you are selling directly. So and again, we can take the example of Mm, mm, mm. I have one. Yes, we can take an example of Apple again. Forward integration. Apple opened its own Apple Store now instead of relying only on third parties retailers. Okay, so they have created their own online store and ecosystem. They are selling directly now. Okay, when we talk about backward integration, so they are controlling their supplier also. So they have started designing their own chips instead of relying entirely on Intel or other companies to get the chips to manufacture their mobile phones. So they have done the forward integration also, and they have done the backward integration also. So this is called vertical integration. Okay. Okay, Ahmed, your mic is on again. So when you are making the strategic choices, you need to decide how to compete, what generic strategies can be used here, direction of the growth, which direction of the growth you have to use, you are going to use, ANSYS model here, and method of growth, acquisitions or versus organic. Organic means method of growth. Organic means you have your own, like your own customers or enough customers, so you think you have enough customer and you are making a good profit, and that is your organic marketing. Nowadays in term of media side or social media side, organic customer or organic traffic means Your product is very good and you don't need to do any kind of the advertisement on social media. So without advertisement, you are getting these customers. Okay. And when you are doing the advertisement, then you are not going to do organic. Those customers are not your organic. So you're doing a growth. Maybe you need to use some kind of the advertisement, social media advertisement. Acquisition means you are acquiring other company. If you guys can remember Sony Ericsson. So first they do the merger and then they acquire the company. Similarly, I think so. Facebook, they have acquired many companies. They bought other companies. Acquiring mean you are buying the whole company. So you are the sole owner of that way. So what happens when you acquire the company, then the whole customer of that company becomes your customer also. So you can find these method also. You can do the merger, you can do the acquisition. So through this way, these are also way of growing your business and to do the growth in your industry. So it is your choice. You want to stay organic or you want to go for the acquisition purpose. You want to buy the other companies also. This one I have already explained this process, strategic planning. First is mission and vision there. So your corporate strategy, establish the objectives here. Then you the internal analysis, external analysis, stakeholder analysis, their expectation we have already discussed in the previous lecture. Then based on these external appraisals, all these things when you do it, then you are making the strategic option. Then you are designing the strategic choices. Strategic option, can do the cost and benefit analysis here. And then you can do the sensitivity analysis there and strategic choices for on both level. You can do the sensitivity analysis and cost of benefit analysis. Then this is a practical phase. You are going to plan and implement the strategy. This is a functional level. Then you are going to review and control. This is also again at functional level strategy. If something is not happening well, you are taking the corrective action. You go back there, you see if is your performance is matching with the objective or not. If not, then take the corrective action and make some changes again in your strategic option choices strategy, and this circle keep going on. Okay, so there is a balance scorecard. Okay, when you're doing the planning, this is also very important to consider. Take into consideration balance scorecard. What is a balance scorecard? Normally, organization just focus on the financial side. Money, 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 benefit, revenue, reducing the cost, okay, reducing expenses. This is very good. You need to focus on your profit maximization, cutting down the cost, increasing the efficiency in your operation so that you can reduce the cost. Okay, but at the same time, it is very important to consider your customer. What is your customer? What is your customer demands? What is their expectation? What they want? You need to deliver that. If you are delivering the things or product which they don't want, won't buy, and you will compromise on your profit margins. Okay, the same time you need to consider the learning and growth also. Learning and growth section. Okay, so in this you need to focus on your training, your you can do the growth also. You are going to hire the talented your employees. You need to ensure that you are aligning with your personal goal. Try to increase employees' productivity. If there are some kind of the problem in the organization, learn from those mistakes and keep learning. And if the new things are coming in the market, learn those things and embed in your market, like artificial intelligence. You need to focus on artificial intelligence nowadays. It is a part of your learning and growth. If you are embedding AI in your businesses, then you will grow and you will stay competitive in the market. Business processes, you need to pay close focus on the business processes because they bring competitive advantage. If your processes are efficient, modern, they will help you to minimize the waste in terms of the time, in terms of the raw material, and they will enhance the speed of your production processes. Your products are readily available in the market, and again, they will provide competitive advantage and you can stay in the market. So when you are designing the strategy, please consider customer learning and growth and business processes also in your strategy also. There is another part called cause and effect diagram. Okay, if anything happening in your organization, there is a problem, for example, product failure. So such kind of this diagram, it is helping you a lot to figure out what kind of the problems are existing in your organization. It helps you to sit your team together to the brainstorm and find what are the causes of this problem. So in this case, the main bond is affecting represent the problem. What problem is there? And these main branches are showing what could be the cause. Maybe product failure because the reason was product launch delayed in late. Increase cost by 80%. Quality issues not identified. So that could be the reason. So these are the small branches. They are showing the sub issues related to the this problem. So use such kind of the approaches you can use this kind of the diagram. If any problem happened and you couldn't figure out what is happening, your team can sit together, you can do the brainstorming, and then you can draw this kind of diagram. You can figure out what are the possible causes, then focus on those causes or problems or issues. Try to solve these causes. Then ultimately it helps you to solve the problem also. Okay. This is example for uh, you can read it yourself. Okay, I have explained enough. Okay, what is a resource-based review? So when we do the external analysis, SWOT analysis or internal analysis, value chain analysis, so these kind of the analysis help us to find out what kind of the strategy, strength, or what kind of the competencies we have in terms of the resources. Okay, so you can use the SWOT analysis, value chain analysis. These are helpful to find out these resource-based review. In this case, you will find what kind of the resources our organization has: tangible, your factory, your machinery, your manpower; intangible, skills, competencies in your organization. Heterogeneous mean they should be different. Nobody can copy it. So your assets are different from other people. Immutable, they are not movable. They are not, um, yeah, they are not movable. So you need to consider when your resources, if when you are having a resources, these should be heterogeneous and these should be immobile. Okay, if everyone has the same resources, then what kind of the benefit it is going to give it to you? For example, your company is having artificial intelligence and some kind of the software which can design the help in designing the map or design the architects of the buildings. So you are using the 3D map technology, but the other company is not having, then it means you have advantage, these resources. You can do the efficient work and you can do the quality work, but the other company, they can't do. But you need to make sure your resources are, different. And immobile mean they are not transferable. So then there is another thing, you need to ensure that your resources are Video. Video is kind of a syncronym of the four attributes. What are these four attributes? So these are the mainly four attributes. When you are talking about the resource-based review in your company, you need to see that your company is video. So let me explain what is this video. So video means value. R stands for rarity. I stand of imitability, and O stand for organization. Okay. So this model is a strategic analysis tool basically, and it has to evaluate companies' internal resources and capabilities. So it has to determine they can be a source of sustainable competitive advantage. If your resources are video, then it means you have a sustainable competitive advantage. If it is not, then you can't gain the sustainable competitive advantage in the in the marketplace. Value mean, does the resource or capability provide value to customer or help the company exploit opportunities or neutralize threats? So you need to check these resources to create the value when you are producing any kind of the product or services, can you use these resources, and they will help to produce some kind of the value for customer. And if there is any kind of the opportunity in the market, your existing resources are helping to avail those resources. So this is the value. Rarity means, is the resource or capability rare and competitors mean these are easily available to other competitors or not, or only you have these resources, or it's very difficult to have these resources. Imitability, how difficult or how expensive it is to copy your resources. If it is difficult and costly, then it means it is a ticked. So it is difficult for other people to copy it or to imitate it. Organization means the company organized to capture the value from the resources. So within the given system, they can use it efficiently or not. So they need to see that thing. I think so. I have done it. Okay. So we can take the example of Apple phone. Value. Are they producing the value for the customer? Yes. Apple are producing user-friendly product and very sleek designs for the product, which is attracting millions of customers. And that's why they are charging the premium price for them. Rarity. Are their resources are rare? Yes, very few companies have the same level of design expertise and brand loyalty in consumer electronics. So the kind of the design they have, other competitor they haven't the same kind of the design. Is it difficult to imitate their products and thing? Apple design and innovation culture, along with its integration of hardware and software, it is hard to replicate. So it's not easy to copy the look of their mobile phones. Okay. So their organization structure is very, if your organization mean how they are utilizing these one. So Apple is structured to support innovation with cross-functional teams, strong leadership, and trust. Organization, how they are utilizing those resources, how they are supporting that element. So inside the organization, they are supporting innovation. They have an innovation culture. Then they have they have designed the working environment where the people from the different department they are working together. This is called the core cross-functional team, working from the management side, marketing side, sales star side, production side, design side. Okay, every people are working in the same team. So that's why they are contributing to the word innovative idea, innovation. They have a strong leadership toward innovation. They are empowering their employees. They're giving them the trust. They are giving them the freedom to bring innovation in the company, and same time they are doing the spending loads of money in research and development to support the innovation. So this is how they are working. So when you make a strategic analysis, you need to see your internal resources, tangible, intangible. You need to see these are heterogeneous and these are video also. If they are video, then you can gain the competitive advantage sustainable. If you think so, these what kind of the resources you have now, in near future people can copy your resources. Then it means your competitive advantage for the short time. But if you think that people can't copy your resources for a long-term period, then it means you are having a competitive advantage, sustainable competitive advantage. Then it is also your responsibility. You need to be vigilant. You need to make ensure that your advantage, your resources are keep developing. You keep bringing innovation like Apple phone, so nobody can copy your resources so that you can gain the competitive advantage. So we have discussed different strategies today. Yes. Yeah, we have discussed different. We have discussed three-level strategies, and we have discussed relationship between them. We have discussed the models and tools, and we have discussed how you can utilize these model and tools, and how you can analyze and decide these things. Where we have discussed cost and benefit analysis, and sensitivity analysis techniques also. Last time I forgot to tell you, if you can go to your assignment brief and unit specification, at the end of the page you can find the reading material. Please start reading your extra resources for deeper understanding of the concept and implementation of these concepts, because if without reading you won't be able to do your assignment. So the books, article and journal, the list is available there, and everything is available on the Moodle. So
Where exactly, sorry? In the Moodle?
on the Moodle.
Okay, the one which is on the website.
Yeah. So if it is not available on the Moodle, then you can talk to a contact on with your management, okay? So they can make it available on the Moodle, books and or articles and journals, okay?
And for these slides you will share with us, because I think last week's slides we didn't get it, and even the recording I'm not sure that we have received.
Uh, so you have any slides? Okay, I'll share with the management. They will share with you.
Yeah, I think the slides and the recording, because I'm not sure that we got as well the recording last week.
Last week's slides were different.
No, I mean we didn't get the
Okay,
recording
you
of last
didn't
week.
get.
Yeah.
So did you receive the recording or not?
No, as far as I'm aware, I'm not sure if Wael or Ahmad have received, but I'm not sure that I have received the
Okay, let me
recording.
stop the.
I didn't receive it the last time.
Okay, I think so. It is I check with the management. Okay, let me stop recording. Otherwise, it's gonna longer our session.